Assalamu alaikum. This is going to be a review on a Baroque volume 2 design in this gold rush, and this one, the previous ones that I showed were more of like a beigey color. This one is more peachy. So the way these suits come is they've got finished off dupatta, and they're partly attached, and the attachment is not always brilliant. So what you need to do is be ruthless and take it apart. And this is how generally when you get them, this is how they'll come. They'll be packed up with folded nicely in not so neatly attached edges. Okay, but in order to get a result that we want, we do need to pull this apart, and you need to be ruthless. So I'm just going to go on to show you how ruthless I was with this and how I've gone and pulled this apart, and then what the next steps are going to be. So first of all, this is the center, and the reason why you're pulling them apart is because I'm going to show you the little bits of deviances. Now this fabric there is unevenness in this, and when this was stitched it wasn't centered, and all this was included. So all the way going along you can see that the fabric is mismatched. There's bits, it needs to be balanced out. You know, in order to get a good result, it all needs to be balanced out. So whether it's this is the central Hello.
हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम सलाम।
क्या बड़ी ठीक हो?
जी खैरियत है।
काली हो?
जी हाँ।
चलो मैं 5-10 मिनट तक आऊंगी, ठीक है?
Alright. Okay.
ओके
Okay. That's, sorry about that. Slight bit of interruption there. Okay, so you know this little bits needs to be taken out. I've taken away the panels as well. These were the panels that were already attached, and when there's a problem with the fabric, then obviously you're going to get problems with the way the panels are attached as well. So what I've done is, after having taken this apart, I'm going to take out the slight bits of the variations in the panels as well. And one of the ways you can tell if, I mean this one, actually the embroidery on the panels is quite good, because generally if there is a lot of deviances, when you pull like this, you can actually see that it gives a lot. So this particular piece, this one isn't giving, but the central panel on the dress portion was quite a big mistake in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to even all this out, and then I'm going to reattach this back on, and after I've attached this back on, then I'm going to apply the top edging to go back on top of it neatly, so that you know, the suit is such a little beautiful embroidery, and it's such a shame that lousy, you know, sewing is going to ruin it if we're not careful. So although our suit isn't original, we want to give it a finishing which is better than an original, and that's all down to the tailoring. So whether you're tailoring it yourself or whether you're going to get it tailored, make sure to choose wisely. Now this again, you know, these this lace has already got double stitching on it. They've gone and stitched it twice, so I don't want this so many stitching, because lot of stitching on top of a delicate lace spoils the effect of the lace. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all this stitching out, and we're just going to have one very fine stitching. So it's a little bit time consuming, and hence if you're choosing someone to, I often get a lot of requests for, will I sew for people? And you know, I think when you mention, right, what you would charge, people back off, because they think that, you know, you're going to put all that minute in and you're not going to charge them. It's not worth your while. You know, I used to have these ladies who used to sew for me, and anything hard that came, they used to say, no, we don't want to do that, because doing anything hard is time consuming, and it doesn't make their, job worthwhile. So if you're sewing an average suit for £10 a suit, and you're not putting any effort into it, you can sew 5 of those in a day, and a quality suit you would probably sew 1 in a day. So obviously if you're charging £50 for a suit, people are going to back off and say, oh, that's too much. But ultimately it is down to the tailoring is what makes the suit. I know we've used tailors in Pakistan where we've gone and paid very large amount of money even tailoring there. So we generally take it for granted that in third world countries labor is so cheap. But if you want quality service, then no matter where you are, you will have to pay for it. Even on like ready-mades, one of the previous videos that I did, I was showing the problems that you often have with ready-mades. Now these suits, when you get them stitched, and you get them stitched or you stitch them yourself, you custom make them, you're obviously going to put individual measurements and individual touch to it, and that's what really makes it unique. Ready-made is mass produced, and hence a standard fit and a standard look that everybody will get. So again, this is time consuming, but it's little things like this that you're going to be spending your time on that is going to get you the result. I mean, the next thing I'm going to do with this is I actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this and I'm going to press it, and then I'm going to refold it and do the fold according to how I want, because again these are mass produced, and the majority of factories that these are manufactured in, they pay peanuts to their workers, and hence you would get the lousy job as well. They're expected to do so many pieces in an hour and so on. So if you're, and then the quality control isn't there because they are charging such a low prices for the suits. They want to cut down on the cost of the suit as much as possible, and then we the consumers think that we're getting a bargain. But this isn't a problem just with these suits. This is a problem with majority of, even when you get the designer ones, you will get them even lousily. The pieces and so on, when they're added, they're done lousily.